What is up, Bat Family, and welcome to Batman Theory, where we take a deep dive into comic books, movies, cartoons, and everything in between that has to do with The Dark Knight. In today's episode of Batman Theory, I want to talk to you guys about the time that Batman brutally murdered a person, an innocent person, actually. And it happened in Batman number 1. And some of you Batman fans are going to already know what I'm talking about here, but I'd like to talk about the comic for just a few minutes here, go over what happens, the synopsis of it, and actually one of these days I want to give you guys a reading for it. So let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in having me do comic book readings, because I will absolutely do that in the future. So keep me posted, guys. So before we get started, guys, please like and subscribe. We are a brand new channel trying to give you guys your daily dose of Batman, because let's be honest, we all need our daily dose of Batman. And if you like and subscribe also, you will be automatically entered into our giveaway. So as soon as we get 1,000 subscribers, you will be automatically drawing for a backlit Batman sign that is customizable to the winner. So all you have to do is like and subscribe, and also comment on our video, any one of our videos, and you automatically are entered. So as soon as we hit 1,000 subs, we'll be giving that away. So on to the video, guys. Okay, so basically the comic starts off with Batman finding out Metropolis actually is the city that's being kind of torn apart by these 10-foot tall monsters. So Batman, trying to figure out what the heck is going on, kind of uncovers the mystery and finds out that Dr. Hugo Strange, which this was interesting to me. I didn't realize Hugo Strange was in Batman lore so long ago. He's one of the original OG, if you will, villains. So it's kind of cool. He actually creates a serum which will turn regular people into these mindless monsters. Think of Frankenstein's monster, something similar to that, where they just become these hulking giants, very strong, and Dr. Strange plans on using them to break into various businesses and essentially make money by robbing stores. So Batman finds out and ends up getting captured and gets injected with the serum himself. He ends up escaping before it takes effect and creates an antidote. Now this is where things get kind of interesting and oddly a little morbid for a Batman comic, and this is how you can tell it was really the time I think this was written. It makes a little more sense probably. But the people that were normally injected by this for Doctor Strange were mentally ill patients. And I know back then, times have changed a lot since then. This came out 80 years ago. But, it's a little weird seeing people with living in or mental hospitals treated in such a way. But, times have changed. So anyway, Batman breaks free, gets himself the antidote, and then flies to capture Hugo Strange's henchmen and then the monsters. And he has a machine gun on his Batplane, ends up shooting down the truck, and then uses a steel cable to pick up the giant monster from by the neck using a noose attachment, and ends up hanging him, and he ends up killing him, and then quips that he's probably better off this way. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely not the Batman that I've come to know, that I've grew up with. It's definitely a lot darker in that sense, and it's not probably in a good way. It's just dark for I think for the sake of being dark, and there's really not a point to it. Very odd that he would just do this, and the way they show it is kind of messed up. He's up there, struggling, trying to get free. He even says the giant tries to break the ever-tightening rope, and then a few moments later, it's dead. And of course, at the end, Batman saves the day as usual. But it goes without saying, it's kind of sad that this was kind of the norm back then, and I'm really glad to see that Batman has evolved so much that this is what we've come to, where I point this out, because it's far and few in between now when he actually kills. And I know in main continuity, Batman does not kill anymore, and it's been that way for a long time. And I know there are certain instances in comic books and everything where, it leaves it up to the interpretation that he might, or he at least maims people, but he doesn't kill, and especially these patients here were innocent people that the serum drove them to the point where they couldn't control their actions. So it is kind of sad to see that happened to them, but it's an interesting little tidbit in Batman history, and I thought you guys might like it. And then, not to mention, at the end of the comic, Batman uses his machine gun turrets to try to shoot another giant. They call him the Monster, and it happens to have bulletproof clothes, which is, oddly convenient, but so they don't work. So then Batman, as the monster's on top of a skyscraper, mind you, he shoots gas pellets at it. They end up asphyxiating the monster, and he falls down, and as it says, it tumbles down to his doom. So he kills another one in this vicious way, essentially from not asphyxiation, but the asphyxiation caused by the gas pellets made him fall off the building. So Good God, this is a really dark history, dark time in history for Batman, and I'm glad that he's evolved into this creature of the night, and this dark knight, but not in the way that he was originally written. Nevertheless, you can appreciate where he's come from, but you're certainly glad it's not there anymore. So that's this episode of Batman Theory, guys. Let me know what else you want me to cover for comic book sections. If you guys want to have me do readings of comic books, I have a huge collection of them, so I'd be happy to do that. So if you guys have any more you want me to really go through like this, let me know. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe and have a good day.